Your Lord Lieutenant, the Earl of Brendan has arrived from Ireland, sir.
Good.
Give orders that I'm not to be disturbed. No sooner than I expected, Brendan.
I set upon the work immediately on receiving your Majesty's message. The tone of it was urgent.
Urgent is the word, Brendan. Matters here are rapidly reaching a crisis. House of Commons grows more insolent every day. I need to know on whom I can count when the clash comes. That's why I bade you find out the temper of the Irish. Now, sir, your news.
I can answer for the Irish nobility, sir, almost to a man. They will support you in any steps you may choose to take against the Parliament. And as the Irish people owe little to the English Parliament, that alone should ensure peace in Ireland.
Most satisfactory. Though I have a suspicion that's the last thing they want.
Here, is it true the King's going to dissolve Parliament?
How does he know? Here takes care of his chair, not his cabinet.
I hope it's true. No Parliament, no taxes.
There is, of course, a small section, which is opposed to your Majesty.
Need we reckon with them?
I think we must. Their numbers may be small, but their leader is a man of energy and influence.
Do you know him?
Only too well. A neighbour of mine, Sir Richard Melross.
Neighbour? Is he a friend of yours?
Yes. Hitherto, we've agreed to differ in politics, though how much longer that may be possible is difficult to say.
Use all your influence with him, Brendan.
That was my intention, sir, the moment I returned.
Well, do so. You may yet win him over. Now to turn to another matter. A matter which is also giving me no little cause for anxiety. It concerns my son.
Prince Charles, sir?
Yes. I would value your opinion, Brendan.
In what way is His Highness causing you concern, sir?
To put it politely, he does not take kindly to study. To put it bluntly, he's an ignoramus and seems to take joy in the fact.
Oh, perhaps he needs a little humouring in the matter of a tutor.
Odds life, man. I've changed his tutor a dozen times. I've run through the whole bench of bishops.
Who has the post now?
The Bishop of Canchester, poor soul.
And finally, the important changes brought about in the English Constitution as regards the relationship of the Crown and the people, especially in the matter of taxation, should be noted with the closest observation and minutest attention. I trust your Highness enjoyed your nap.
In point of fact, I didn't, my lord. It was the most infernal nightmare. I seemed to hear a voice, the most unpleasant voice I can recall, droning through my sleep.
I think we will resume our studies when your highness is in a more receptive mood.
That's the wisest thing you've said for the last 3 hours, my lord.
That's the position, Brendan, and it's a very worrying one.
Possibly His Highness finds their lordships a trifle ponderous. He has his full share of high spirits, if I remember rightly. Perhaps a change of type.
Well, have you any suggestion, Brendan?
Well, I've been thinking, Your Majesty. There is one man whom I would gladly commend to your favor.
Oh, and who's he?
The vicar of our little village of Bray, near Dublin. I appointed him to the living myself. A rare fellow. Well-read, but not bookish. Pious, yet not narrow. A very human document. With an apt text for Sunday and an apt jest for every other day in the week. Can drain a bowl of wine with the best of us, and as popular in the poorest cottage as he is in my castle.
Steph Brendan, such a paragon should not be wasting his time as a village priest. If he's half you say, then he should be Archbishop of Canterbury at least.
I don't doubt he'd add a welcome touch of gaiety to the office.
But that can wait. My immediate need is a tutor for my son. And on your recommendation, he has the post. Take him our royal command, Brendan. Bid him present himself here at court with all dispatch. For he is the royal tutor now, and no longer the Vicar of Bray.
Well, Molly, watching the fun of the fair? You'll be wishing you were 17 again. I'll be bound.
Sure, I wouldn't say no to that, Your Reverence.
Old Father Time hasn't driven the devil out of me yet, Molly, though he's had 70 years to do it in.
Maybe it'll take him all his time to do it in 100 years, Your Reverence.
Well, I'm going up to the castle. Lord Brendan's just returned from England, and he's wishing me to join him to keep His Majesty's birthday. So I'll be an hour or two.
Now, don't you be getting into any mischief while I'm away.
Hello, Mrs. Allen. How's your good man this morning?
Dr. McCauley just been to see him. He said he'll never work again.
Oh, we're big comfort to him. A silver lining to every cloud, Mrs. Allen.
Ah, Rosie. Your mother tells me a trouble in your mind. What's wrong? Have you been falling into sin?
Yes, Your Reverence. I'm suffering from the sin of vanity. Every time I look in the mirror, I think how pretty I am.
Sure, that's not a sin. That's a mistake. You're all right. You'll be all right. What's going on over there?
Ah, Your Reverence, it's that drunken thieving old barman, Tim Connor.
Ah, you rascal Tim Connor. It'll be a long time I've seen you before you steal any more hairs off Lord Brendan.
Stop it, you difference. Wait till I get a hold of you.
Shame on you. Leave the poor devil alone. That's the only way to treat the poor creature in distress. Be off with you. Come on. Shame on you. Hey. Take a pull at that. It must be tantalizing for a hardened drinker like yourself, Tim. The liquor flowing free around you, and you not able to reach it.
Heaven bless you, Reverend.
Tis sorry I am to see you in such a state. But if you will poach,
We did drink. What's a young hair or two to Lord Brendan?
what's a drink or two to you, Tim? But it's mighty wild you'd be if anyone helped himself to your bottle without your leave.
Peter, yes. If you put it like that.
Ah, see you're on the road to repentance. Right. Now for that, and in honour of the day, I'll try and persuade Lord Brendan to get you out of this. Bless your Reverence. One thing more, Tim. Would you be putting too much of a strain on your constitution to earn an honest living?
You'll be giving me the chance to earn an honest living.
I would, for one. You're joking. I'm serious, Tim. I need a handyman at the vicarage. Molly's getting old. Will you take the job?
Will I? Saints preserve you. What we poor folks of Bray would do without you, I don't know. Leave us your blessing.
I will. I'll leave you this to drink His Majesty's health while I'm feeding your cause up at the castle.
My lords, ladies, and gentlemen, pray charge your glasses for the health of His Most Gracious Majesty, King Charles I, which we are going to drink with musical honors. Musicians, make ready. I call upon His Reverence the Vicar of Bray to give us a health unto His Majesty.
Here's a health unto His Majesty with a la-la-la-la-la-la. Confusion to his enemies with a la-la-la-la-la-la. And he who will not pledge this health, we wish him neither wit nor wealth, nor yet a rope to hang himself. With a la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, with a la-la-la-la-la-la. The traitor who will not comply, with a la-la-la-la-la-la. A traitor's death, then let him die, with a la-la-la-la-la-la. And he who will not pledge the king, we wish for him no better thing than that he lack what now we sing. With a la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, with a la-la-la-la-la-la. The king! The king! The king! The king! God bless him!
It's good to see you here, Melross, today of all days, and drinking the toast to the rest of us.
Oh, don't mistake me, Brendan. My attitude to the king as a man is one of respect. My attitude to his policy is one of complete hostility.
Melross, you and I have been good friends and neighbors these many years. Lord forbid that politics should divide us.
The Lord forbid.
And there's the next generation to consider.
You girls are all alike. You can't throw and you can't shoot. Now. Ooh, Jim! Why, that's nothing. I can hit a running rat at 30 yards.
That's a fine lad of yours, Melross.
Yes, and your girl makes a companion picture.
Yes, 'tis the widow Maloney. I was with her when she died. Ah, Vicar, says she, I'll soon be in the arms of Beelzebub. Abram, says I. Ah, Vicar, says she, when you've been a widow for 40 years, you won't care whose arms they are. It's strange, only a few Sundays ago I saw her going out to the church before I finished my sermon. So afterwards I spoke to her. I said, was anything wrong? Oh, no, Vicar, says she. I've walked in my sleep ever since I was a child.
Sorry to interrupt your learned discourse, Your Reverence, but I must beg a few moments of your valuable time.
Too bad of you, Brendan. The vicar's just getting into his stride.
Sorry to be a spoil sport, gentlemen, but what I have to say to His Reverence can no longer be delayed. Come, Vicar.
Bedad, that reminds me, Your Lordship. I wanted to speak to you about Tim Connor.
That poaching rascal?
Ah.
Tell me, how long have you been Vicar of Bray?
Oh, it'll be 10 years now, my lord. And 'twas a happy day when you gave me the living.
Well, there's happier days coming.
Oh.
The king is hard put to it to find a suitable tutor for the young prince. He did me the honor to consult me on the point, and without hesitation, I recommended you.
Me?
Yourself, Vicar. Stess, man. Have you nothing to say?
Oh, I'm humbly grateful, your lordship, but...
What? But what?
But I've no wish to leave the vicarage.
What, are you out of your senses, man? You're wishing to remain in that rabbit warren when you might be at Whitehall?
It's the truth, Lord Brendan. I'd hoped to live and die the Vicar of Bray.
Well,
What would I be doing at Whitehall? What have I to commend me at court?
Well, you've something that'll take you a long way. A witty tongue.
Ah, sure. I thought you had me marked for royal tutor, not court jester.
Now listen to me, my friend. You make up your mind to this. To Whitehall you're going. 'Tis the king's command, and he's not accustomed to being disobeyed. So make your farewells to your parishioners, and let them be short. For he's not accustomed to being kept waiting, neither. You must go tomorrow, and early.
If 'tis a command, my lord.
It is.
Then 'tis only for me to obey. But I shall leave these poor people with a very heavy heart. I must be getting back to the vicarage now. I humbly thank you, my lord, for what was kindly meant. Good day to you.
Good day. You're not leaving us, Vicar.
The fun's only just begun.
Boy, what's the matter, Your Reverend?
You've a face as long as a fiddle.
His Reverence has got promotion, though you'd scarce believe it to look at him.
Huh? Promotion?
Yes, 'tis as his lordship says. It'll be many a long day, I'm thinking, before I see you all again.
You're not going? Not really?
Yes, your old friend's going away.
A long way?
Across the sea to England.
Oh. But you're coming back.
Oh, yes.
You must. You promised to marry us someday.
Oh, I'll be back in time for that, never fear.
Oh,
Cheer up, Vicar. 'Tis but a short while at most.
You're right, my lord. The years soon pass. What if I've an ache in my heart? I'll keep a smile on my face. Although I've got to leave me people, say goodbye to church and steeple. But to show me heart's distress I would be scorning. For the tears would surely blind me, for the friends I leave behind me.
When I bid farewell to Ireland in the morning, with a smile to hide me sorrow, I'll be setting out tomorrow, and I'm sailing from old Dublin in the dawning. For I've lately got promotion, and I've got to cross the ocean, so I'm leaving dear old Ireland in the morning.
With a smile to hide his sorrow, he'll be setting out tomorrow, and be sailing from old Dublin in the dawning. For he's lately got promotion, and he's got to cross the ocean, and he's leaving dear old Ireland in the morning.
There'll be many will be grieving when they learn that I am leaving the little emerald isle that I was born in. And I'll never be forgetting all the kind hearts that are fretting when I sail from dear old Ireland in the morning.
With a smile to hide his sorrow, he'll be setting out tomorrow, and be sailing from old Dublin in the dawning.
Yet one day I've got a notion I'll come back across the ocean to my home in dear old Ireland in the morning.
Franciscus, 'tis a sorry day for all of us, with the vicar leaving.
Now, come, Molly. Dry your eyes. You'll be starting me off soon. I'll be coming back to you someday.
Because I'm an old woman, Your Reverence. And by the time you come back, sure I'll be with the saints.
Well, you're not paying the saints any compliment by howling about it. Come, come. Put a good face on it. Come on, smile. I've seen better. Still, I'll take the will for the deed. Now, Tim, how are you getting on with that box?
It's the devil of a squeeze, your reverence.
No more of a squeeze than it'll be getting you into heaven, I'm thinking. Come on, put your weight on it, man.
I will that.
Bedad, you little thought when you took service with me that in less than 48 hours you'd be heading for London.
I did not, your reverence.
No, you were heading for a much warmer place when I took you in hand.
Will you bring me hat and cloak, your reverence?
Sure, I've got your hat and your cloak, you dirty old poacher.
They've got stocks in England as well as in Ireland, I'm told.
I'll not be certain that old hang for poaching over there. So look after that precious neck of yours, Tim. The saints preserve your reverence.
Thank you. And remember, I'll come back to you. The Vicar of Bray I am, and the Vicar of Bray I'll be till I die.
And one day I've got a notion I'll come back and
And finally, it is our humble prayer, as members of your faithful Commons in Parliament assembled, that your Majesty will see fit to annul the foregoing unconstitutional acts of your ministers, and will give us your royal assurance to that effect.
Have you done, Master Pym?
Yes, your Majesty.
Then this is our answer. We are satisfied with the acts and conduct of our minister. If Parliament still refuses to give effect to my wishes as expressed by them, I shall dissolve Parliament. That is all.
John, darling, you must be getting along to the playhouse.
Oh, Meg, where's the honey?
Oh. Sure, I've a new ballad to sing tonight, and I must be trying it over.
Remember, I'll be in your dressing room at 9 o'clock, Meg.
Well, so long as you don't get in the way. I've 6 changes, you know. Nothing but dressing and undressing.
Maybe I'll be helpful then.
Uh-huh.
That old dresser of yours is past her work.
This is the Palace of Whitehall, your reverence. Oh, how much will you be wanting for conveying me here?
11 pence, your reverence.
11 pence?
His reverence is not asking you to sell him the chair.
It was a legal fare. Extortionate. Give him the box. It's more than I take in 3 weeks off it.
That, your reverence, this box is very light.
Is it?
Oh! Aha! You thieving ruffians, you! Put them bits and pieces down, or you'll be bits and pieces yourself before I'm done with you. Never thought of it. Taking the clothes off a man's back.
A good box once.
You're past, your reverence.
Oh, yes.
This is not in order, your reverence.
It's all right, Tim. It is my notes on last Sunday's sermon. That's it.
Past, your reverence.
I'm glad to see your reverence. Welcome to London.
I humbly thank you, sir.
You've had a swift journey. I understand it's but 3 days since you heaved anchor in Dublin Bay.
Sure, sir. It was not the only thing that was heaved, I'm thinking. I beg you won't refer to the journey again.
Well, come, let us sit down and discuss matters.
beg your pardon, sir.
Well, it's pleasant to turn from affairs of state to more domestic topics. I've had a rather trying half hour with a deputation from the House of Commons.
Sure, I think it's sometimes a pity the late lamented Guy Fawkes didn't succeed in blowing them all up.
It would have saved a good deal of trouble if he had. I for long thought that politics are the ruin of this country. Whichever government is in power, someone is disgruntled. It's the same in Ireland, I suppose.
It doesn't matter to us which government it is. We're against it.
Yes, my Lord Lieutenant Lord Brendan tells me the Irish are a little difficult to handle.
You can lead him, sir, but you can't drive him.
But I think the same rule applies to my son. He has a good heart, but he's too fond of play and wine and women. Mark you, he's not unintelligent.
Sure, he ought to be bright, sir. It seems he's burning the candle at both ends.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Charles. This is His Reverence of Bray, our new tutor, of whom we've heard so much good. You will attend upon His Reverence when we have dined tonight, in order that he may have an opportunity of judging how backward you are in your studies.
Tonight, sir?
Tonight. I wish him to know the worst at the earliest possible moment.
How long have you been with Mistress Clancy, Doreen?
Oh, all her life, sir. And I managed for her parents before her. And her grandparents.
That's a very long reign.
Oh, it is indeed. I'm 70 years of age, and every tooth in me head as sound as the day I was born. Oh, there she is. Only one more change, the saints be praised.
No, Charles, not now. You must wait until the play is over.
And what then?
Then you can take me to supper at the Tabard Inn.
Guards! Where's His Royal Highness?
He came out an hour ago, sir.
The devil, it seems I'll be losing my post before I've started it. Where did he go?
It's a crowd who are groped, Your Reverence. You'll find him at the Globe Playhouse.
Aye, in Mistress Clancy's dressing room.
Where is the Globe Playhouse?
Down Silvergray.
Across the bridge.
Oh, merciful powers, it seems I'm like to lose my head for this. Where is he? Which way?
Will you be wanting me any more tonight, men?
No, Doreen, you can go. Oh, and don't be waiting up for me tonight. I'm having supper with His Highness.
Oh, you are you? Then I'll be putting out your headache powders for you. Good night.
Gad, Meg, you're looking ravishing tonight. And to think 'twas a lucky thing whether I got here or not.
And why was that?
I started off the evening with a new tutor. If he hadn't fallen asleep, I expect I'd be there still.
Which bishop was it this time?
No bishop at all. Gad, Meg, I never thought my father had a sense of humor. When I saw the new arrival, I knew I'd done him an injustice.
Hey, what's he like?
What's he like? You ought to see him. He's a stocky sort of man with a moist and merry eye. And a rich and husky voice that speaks volumes for old port. By St. George, Meg, I see great possibilities in the Vicar of Bray.
Oh, you do you? This is a pretty thing, Your Highness.
Aye, she is, isn't she?
I beg you not to be flippant, sir. What's to prevent me informing your royal father of this outrageous behavior and having it sent to the Tower for a month or so? It wouldn't be the first time.
Ah, no, Your Reverence, you'll not be doing that.
Bedad, you're Irish.
I'm glad of it.
Where from?
Dublin.
Praise the pigs. Oh, it's a little bit of heaven to be hearing that brogue here in London.
Oh, why not hear some more of it, Vicar? Come and have supper with us at the Tabard Inn.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
Ah, you can. I'm asking you.
No, I'd do anything in reason, but that's not possible, my dear.
It is.
No.
Vicar, you have a plausible tongue. And they tell me that you can make a speech on the instant on any subject.
Sure I can.
Very well, I'll give you one then. The king.
Ah, no, he's not a subject. But I'll give you his health just the same.
Here's a health to the king and a lasting peace to faction an end, to wealth increase.
Come, let us drink it while we have breath, for there's no drinking after death. And he that will this health deny, down among the dead men, down among the dead men, down, 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 down among the dead men, let him lie. Down among the dead men, let him lie. May loyalty its rights maintain, and grant the king a glorious reign. Come, let us all together sing, with heart and voice, God save the king. And he that will this earth deny, down among the dead men, down among the dead men, down, 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 down among the dead men, let him lie.
Here come a linkman and two others. Halt! Who goes there?
Prince Charles of Bray.
Bedad, then I must be the Vicar of Stewart.
We'll be sorry to see the last of the vicar, Tim, to say nothing of your good self.
Aye, the years have been pleasant enough. A liberal table, plenty of leisure, and a good feather bed to sleep in.
And what could a man want more?
Ah, there's one thing more. Every Irishman wants to go back again to the old country. It'll mean I'll have to drink ale instead of wine, eat potatoes instead of pasties, and sleep with the pigs again. But I'll be back in Ireland.
So this is goodbye, old friend. I wish we could have persuaded you to stay here in England with us, troubled though the times are.
If anyone could have done it, it would have been your highness.
I do not doubt it. Now, seeing you will accept no advancement from us here, is there no last favor we may grant you?
Yes, there is one.
You have but to name it.
The promise.
Anything you will.
Oh, it is nothing for myself, only that in time to come, when you, sir, shall be king, that you will rule with justice and show mercy, especially toward your poorer subjects.
My hand on it. When the day you speak of comes, there is no favor, be it great or small, that you may ask, that Charles Stuart will not grant to the Vicar of Bray.
My lord. Oh, where is Sir Patrick Condon?
In the garden, I think, my lord, with Lady Nora.
Thank you. My service to him and say that I'm now at his disposal.
Yes, my lord.
Well, it's a pleasure to be back at Brendan again, Nora. Although I must confess I'd hoped for a warmer welcome from you.
You're my father's friend, Sir Patrick, and he's already given you the welcome you always received here.
Which is a gentle way of telling me that all Lord Brendan's friends are not yours.
You've known that for some time, I think.
Yes, but I had hoped to be counted as one of your friends. Indeed, I'd even dared to hope that I might count as something more.
Sir Patrick, is there anything to be gained by going over old ground? When you were last here, you forced me to tell you that you had nothing to hope for.
That was a year ago, Nora. Much has happened since then.
Nothing has happened to make me alter my mind.
I see. So it's still young Mill Ross. Well, in view of all that's going forward, that may prove an unfortunate choice.
Lord Brendan will be glad to see you now, Sir Patrick.
Ah, Condon, I've just been drafting the oath which the king requires all loyal men to take. Now we shall know where Mill Ross stands.
Yes, that we must know before we leave for England.
Lady Nora.
Dennis. And Sir Richard. Why, it isn't often we have the pleasure of seeing you here.
The causes of my absence are none of your doing, Lady Nora, you know that.
Yes, indeed. And no one's more sorry than myself that they exist.
I'm here today at your father's own urgent request. Dennis,
He'll stay here while I see her father.
Bide your time, Condon. And of one thing be certain. My daughter marries a king's man, or she does not marry at all.
Have you told Nora that we leave tomorrow for England?
Not yet. I thought it best to keep our plans secret till the last moment. Today the vicar arrives, and presently we ride over to get the latest news from England.
Sir Richard Milross, my lord.
You sent for me, Brendan?
Milross, I have a question to put to you that must be answered here and now. You've heard the news from England. The breach between King and Parliament is complete, and fighting has begun. Now here is the declaration which the King requires to be signed by all loyal men. Read it.
Nora, it's no good deceiving ourselves any longer. I know why my father's been summoned here today. For over a year now, the friendship between our families has been the merest pretense. We're on different sides. And there must be an open breach at any moment, and
I know, Dennis. I've been expecting it for a long time.
Your father will move heaven and earth to separate us. Supposing you have to choose. Supposing you have to choose between Castle Brendan and all it stands for, and me and all I stand for.
I've already chosen.
You realize what it means? This quarrel will be fought to a finish. And if the king wins, there'll be short shrift for those who oppose him. He may be in exile.
That doesn't frighten me, Dennis. Life here hasn't been too pleasant since Patrick Condon returned from France.
Has your father been pressing you to listen to Condon?
Oh, he made it perfectly plain that he'd like me to marry him.
Nora, you said just now that you'd made your choice. Will you marry me at once? This very night?
Yes, Dennis.
Once you are my wife, your father will have to accept the situation. And by chance, luck is on our side. The vicar returns to Bray from London today. I'll see him the instant he arrives.
Well, on which side do you draw that sword of yours, Milross?
On the side of Parliament and civil liberty.
Do you speak for your son also?
Yes.
Then we know where we stand. Well, we've done with words, Milross. But let me warn you, treason is a dangerous mistress to flirt with.
When I want your counsel, Brendan, I'll ask for it. For the rest, what is treason to Charles I may be loyalty to the people. Something you may yet have cause to acknowledge.
Bedad, you look at that Joel as a kitten.
Well, you're looking mighty sprightly yourself, your reverence.
Am I?
Seems as though life in England hasn't done you any harm.
No.
Ah, sure, we've often thought of you junketing and dancing with the gay world up in London.
Dancing? They don't know the first thing about dancing, Molly. No, bedad, I'd like to shake a leg in an Irish jig again.
And why not?
And why not, Molly? Come on, pick your skirts up now. Fiddler, give us the best you've got. Come on.
Well, how have we been getting on?
Things have been fairly quiet, your reverence. Outwardly, at all events. But for all that, 'tis like living on top of a powder magazine. Lord Brendan up at the castle and Sir Richard and Milross are watching each other like cat and dog.
Ah, it's a sorry business, Molly. We Irishmen are bad enough at a quarrel when there's nothing to quarrel about. But with all this in the balance...
Ah, sorry I am for Lady Nora and Master Dennis. Sure, it's not making things any the easier for them.
Oh, no. I'll be seeing them both tomorrow. They'll have grown out of all knowledge, I suspect. But they won't have forgotten their old vicar.
Ah, indeed, no.
But the powers it is. And grown into just such a shape as I could have wished. Oh, bedad, you're a fine figure of a man, Dennis. I declare in the distance you might easily be taken for me. You flatter me, Vicar. I was just speaking about you. It's good of you to come round so soon. You're as welcome as salt is to potatoes.
I'm here on behalf of Nora and myself. We need your help, Vicar. I need it badly.
Well, what's the trouble, Dennis?
Nora and I want you to marry us.
Sure, that's no trouble. And here's to your happiness.
My thanks. I know what I'm asking her. I'm asking her to cut adrift from her father, to join his enemies, if you like. But she's content.
Then I'm content too. After all, isn't it what I promised to do for you years ago?
I know, but I must be honest with you, Vicar. When Lord Brendan learns of this...
It'll be too late for him to undo it. Make your mind easy, Dennis. I'm not afraid of anything Lord Brendan may do. And it won't be my fault if I don't bring him to a more reasonable frame of mind. Now, when do you want him to help?
At once.
I have the horses tethered in the paddock. Come.
His Reverence?
Sure, he went out a few minutes ago, my lord. It's like it's not towards the church.
The church? Well, we'll leave the horses and walk over.
I'll look after the horses for your lordship.
Conduct.
Nora, you do realize the step you're taking, don't you?
Perfectly.
No regrets.
None.
Well, Molly, you better be going to bed or you'll miss your beauty sleep.
Sure, I don't need any beauty sleep. Like, I'm quite content to be as Providence made me.
Ah, but you've been tempting Providence a bit since then, haven't you?
Good night.
Dennis Melross, do you take this woman, Nora Brandon, to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
What's going on?
Hold there!
What does this mean?
Sure, it means this young couple asked me to marry them, and there being no just cause or impediment.
There's every impediment. I'd sooner see my daughter dead than married to a traitor. Lord Brandon, I said a traitor. Your father's shown his hand at last. Condon, take my daughter to her horse.
Father!
Melross, stay where you are. And you, your reverence, have a care in your conduct, or you'll answer to me.
I'll answer to my conscience, Lord Brendan, to no one else. You're carrying things with a high hand tonight.
Remember,
this is a turbulent country of yours, Melross. It has cost me many a good man that I could ill spare to subdue it. Not the least of them, your gallant father.
He fell as he would have wished, my Lord Protector, striking a blow for freedom.
May we all make as good an end. It only remains now to administer the country. General Waring, you will take over supreme command of the military and civil authority.
Yes, my Lord Protector.
You will at once remove from all offices of church and state all those holding appointments by favour of the late King Charles.
My Lord, I would ask, even as a personal favour to myself, that before that command is executed, you would hear the petition of one for whose worthiness and integrity I am willing to vouch.
Who is he?
The vicar of a small hamlet a few miles from here, the parish of Bray.
On what ground should I make him an exception?
I would wish the answer to that question, my Lord, came from the man himself. He's waiting outside.
Let him come in.
You have particulars of the appointment. Here, my Lord Protector.
So you are the Vicar of Bray?
Yes, my lord.
And you wish to show me some cause why you, an open royalist, should be permitted to retain that living?
Yes, my lord.
You will need all your eloquence, Vicar.
If I had to rely on that, my lord, I'd be in poor case.
Yet I do not doubt that you've used it to full effect from your pulpit, to feed your hearers with your political views.
My lord, it's only potatoes I've had to feed them with these many years, and precious few of those. Anyway, they'd never understand politics in Bray.
Then for Irishmen they must be dull-witted.
Indeed they are, my lord. They're so dull-witted that today doesn't dawn on most of them till tomorrow.
You would have us believe that. Still, you cannot deny that you were a close and personal friend of Lord Brendan, a most incorrigible royalist.
That's true, my lord. And I made all use of that friendship for the benefit of his tenants, my own poor parishioners. Bedad, I think I'll shake hands with the devil if he'd provide the village with 100 blankets.
You have a plausible tongue, Vicar, and I do not doubt that you're loyal to your flock. But supposing I permit you to remain, how do I know that you'll be loyal to me?
If I am to be loyal to them, my lord, then it follows I must be loyal to you, since you have the power to remove me.
That vicar of yours has an answer for everything. Vicar, keep your living. And if you wish to hold it, keep that nose of yours out of politics.
Sure, my lord. I've always had a keen sense of smell.
Goodbye, Melross. I sail for England by tonight's tide.
Goodbye, and Godspeed, my Lord Protector.
Dennis, I'm eternally grateful. Now, tell me about yourself. Have you news of Nora?
I've tried every means in my power, Vicar, but I can find no trace of her or Lord Brendan.
They've fled to Holland, I don't doubt it. They're there with Prince Charles.
Wherever she is, she's lost to me, Vicar. For all I know by now, she's forced into marriage with Condon.
No, Nora would never change. She'll never be his wife.
Even if that were so, what hope is there? A gulf divides us.
Time bridges many gulfs, Dennis. Take hope in what time may yet bring. It is my belief that all old wounds will be healed and all old differences forgotten. Now, we poor people will be anxious to know whether I'm to remain with them. I promised them a celebration tonight if all went well, and I mustn't disappoint them.
Here's your help, Vicar. Sure, I'll never disbelieve in miracles again. You did what all the plagues in England couldn't do, your reverence. You held your own with Cromwell.
But there wasn't a more anxious man in Ireland when I stood before him today. He seemed to think I'd changed my policy like I changed my shirt. But he was wrong. My policy is the same today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Whatsoever king may reign, I'll still be the Vicar of Bray. In good King Charles's golden days, when loyalty no harm meant, as zealous high churchman was I, and so I got preferment. To teach my flock I never missed, kings were by God's appointed, and damned are those that do resist, or touch the Lord's anointed. And this is law I do maintain until my dying days, that whatsoever king may reign, I'll still be the Vicar of Bray. And this is law I will maintain until his dying days, that whatsoever king may reign, I'll still be the Vicar of Bray. When Cromwell seized the reins of power and the crown went in the dust, I'll serve you well, to him I swore I will, because I must. I used my wits in all I said, and so I got my way, sir, and that is how I saved my head and the parish of Bray, sir. And this is law I will maintain until my dying days, sir, that though King Charles or Cromwell reign, I'll still be the Vicar of Bray, sir. And this is law we will maintain until his dying days, sir, that whatsoever king may reign, he'll still be the Vicar of Bray, sir. And whatsoever king may reign, he'll still be the Vicar of Bray,
If my information is correct, Lord Brendan, His Majesty's messenger, will be now nearing London from Holland. You have the proclamation there, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, my Lord General.
His Majesty must be proclaimed the moment we receive his signed acceptance of the throne. And all who had to do with the execution of His late Majesty declared traitors and arrested without loss of time.
I have already prepared a proclamation to that effect.
Lord Brendan, as His late Majesty's Lord Lieutenant in Ireland will naturally have conduct of affairs there.
Our latest reports are that Sir Dennis Melross is still in Ireland, but may attempt to escape to France.
Then we must strike quickly. A warrant for his arrest must be prepared immediately, and a price put upon his head.
The moment I've delivered the Prince's message, we must set out for Ireland, Condon. 3 days should see us there.
Yes, and with some old scores to settle. It'll be a pleasant task to lay Dennis Melross by the heels, with a swift journey to the Tower, and a swifter one to the next world waiting for him.
General Monk will be happy to receive you, my lord.
Come, Condon. Wait here for us, not.
The Earl of Brendan and Sir Patrick Condon out of Holland, my Lord General.
Welcome home, my lord. Sir Patrick, you have welcome news. You have His Majesty's acceptance.
Signed with his own hand. Good. Splendid. His Majesty's even now making ready to leave Holland for Dover.
God save the King.
God save the King!
'Tis true, then. The King's men are in the saddle again.
And Prince Charles himself is on his way to England.
It'll go hard with some, I know, now that Lord Brendan has returned.
True for you.
Caution, Dennis. It is better you're not seen till I find out how the land lies.
I'm in your hands, Vicar.
What I hear is true. There'll be a manhunt up and down the land for all Cromwell's men. And it's precious little mercy they were showing you, Dennis.
I know, and I'll be the last to expect it.
There's no safety for you in Ireland. 'Tis abroad you must go, and await better times. I'll work day and night to get your pardon, if you'll make me one promise.
What is it?
That if you return to this country, you'll accept the situation and live as a peaceable subject of King Charles II. 'Tis peace and goodwill this poor country wants then, and away with all the old feuds and hatreds.
I promise, Vicar. It's the nation's voice that calls him back, and I must bow to it.
Well spoken. I'll not be long. Come, Tim.
Aye, Your Eminence.
Welcome home, my lord.
Strange words from you, Your Reverence.
Why so, my lord?
I see by the uniform you're still wearing that you've squared it with your conscience to hold office under the late usurper and regicide.
I'm still the Vicar of Bray, if that's what you mean, my lord.
Yes, Vicar of Bray. By grace of the traitor, Oliver Cromwell.
No, by the grace of God and my own native wit.
Let him save his explanations for the King's commission.
If it's my uniform that offends you, my lord, forget it. And take the hand.
Nora, we must to the castle.
I'll take your hand, Vicar, gladly.
Come, Nora.
Go round to the stable and saddle Sir Dennis's horse.
Well, Dennis, to your horse, and ride for your life.
Vicar, I saw you through the window. Had Nora no message for me?
Yes, to she who passed me this morning. Dennis has a price on your head. To your horse, and make for the coast in France.
Not before I've seen her, though.
Are you mad? She's gone to the castle.
Then I shall go there, too. It's no good, Vicar. I must see her, whatever the risk.
It is madness.
I must.
Now through the kitchen to the stables. Tim will have your horse ready.
There's no need for you to wait up, Lucy. You can go to bed. Good night.
Good night, my lady.
Yes, by ill luck, Ross has already left the country. He will not escape us. As you know, I warned the harbour watch of Dublin, and my couriers are well on their way to Cork and Wexford.
Those are the only two ports where he can take ship to France. We have him in a net.
I got your message, but I had to see you.
But Dennis, your life's at stake.
More than my life's at stake, Nora. But life and liberty are waiting for me in France. Yet they're not worth having without you. Nora, I know well enough what I'm asking you. I'm asking you to share my exile. Will you come with me?
Yes, Dennis, anywhere.
Then make ready for the road. We have a hard ride before us and every moment's precious.
Yes, Dennis.
He's up there with Nora.
By the powers, we've got him. Guard them.
I've brought my jewels. We may need them.
Come this way.
Not by this road, Melross.
In the king's name, Sir Dennis Melross, you're my person.
No, Dennis, they'll kill you.
You have the odds of me, Lord Brendan. I surrender.
Here, Tim, take this. It is a letter I've written to my brother in Cork. Should anything happen to me, he'll look after you. And Molly.
Sure nothing will happen to your reverence.
It may become known that I've played the friend to young Sir Dennis. If so, Lord Brendan will have me under arrest, I don't doubt.
He wouldn't dare, your reverence. He'd have the whole countryside about his ears if he laid a finger on you.
I hope you're right. Meanwhile, it's bad enough to be sitting here with no news of Sir Dennis. Glad I am to see you. I feared your father had you under lock and key. Where's Dennis?
In England.
What?
I've only just learnt. He was taken away the morning following his capture. Until an hour ago, I thought he was still a prisoner in the castle.
Where in England?
The Tower. A courier has just arrived from London with the news. He's been tried and condemned to death as a traitor. But I have other news. The king lands at Dover in 3 days' time, and Dennis is to die at sunset on the same day.
The king?
He's our one hope.
By the powers, a good hope. I'll go to England at once. I'll leave within an hour.
And I'll go with you.
You do?
It's a dinner, Sir Dennis. Just as you ordered. Flag in the arms, it. Pigeon pie. Now, what do you fancy for supper? Bless me, that's funny. I was just going to ask you what you like for supper. Of course, you won't be having any supper tonight, will you?
No, thank you for reminding me so tactfully.
Oh, I'm noted for me tact. I've got a way of cheering people up and giving them sound advice. I was in attendance on a nobleman in here some months ago. As gallant a young spark as ever just seen. But towards the end, he got a trifle nervous.
Forgivable, I think, under the circumstances.
Yes, so I thought I'd give him a few hints. Whatever you do, I said, put a bold face in it. And don't lose your head. Of course, that was putting a bit awkward-like. He couldn't help losing his head, could he? But what I meant was...
Yes, I see what you meant. I don't doubt you meant it kindly.
Oh, to mark his appreciation, he left me a few souvenirs. By the way, you made your will?
Yes, it's with the Lieutenant Governor.
Of course, you were lucky to be left with anything to leave. In treason cases, they generally impound the prisoner's property.
I quite appreciate my good fortune. Tell me, when will they come to take me?
Close on 6 o'clock tonight. You can hear the tower clock from here quite plainly, can't you?
Yes, I've heard it strike out many weary hours.
Oh, well, you won't hear many more. And that's something to be thankful for, ain't it? The governor.
Well, Melross, is there anything more we can do for you? No, I thank you, sir. Everything I have to say is contained in my will, which you have. But I should like to thank you for your kindness to me since I've been here.
Oh, we've done what we could. But I'm sorry that our acquaintance should have to end in this fashion.
Well, the game is played out and the loser must pay. Well, you're willing to shake hands with a traitor?
I will with a philosopher.
I must be getting along now. My dinner's ready and my wife mustn't be kept waiting. See you on the See you later, Sir Dennis.
Grace of Canterbury, the Speaker, and myself, as representing the spiritual, civil, and judicial authority of this kingdom, give you greeting.
On my own behalf, and of those who have shared my exile, I thank you.
Your whole people, sir, gentle and simple, rejoice to see this day. A loyal welcome awaits you in your capital.
That pleases me vastly.
They're clear away, things. No, it is no good. We can go no further. Stay here, my darling. It's dangerous into the crowd.
You won't fail me, Vicar. Every minute counts if we're to save Dennis.
No, I'll not fail you. I swear I won't fail you. I'll get through if I have to bite my way through. Mind, please.
What is that disturbance?
I must see the king. Your Majesty.
Do you not see, Charles? 'Tis your old tutor, the Vicar of Bray.
My life upon it, so it is. Let him through there. Well met, old friend. And how has time dealt with you?
Well enough, sir, but now it presses. A petition.
For what?
A man's life.
Who is the man?
Sir Dennis Melross, now lying at the Tower and destined to be executed at sunset tonight.
Your Majesty, I protest. Melross is convicted of treason. It is the same Melross who conducted his late Majesty, your father, to the scaffold.
Sir. I regret, Vicar. I must be guided by my Lord Mayor.
But, sir, I beg you to remember your promise when we last parted.
I have not forgotten. But, sir.
Charles, an act of mercy would be a happy beginning to your reign.
Vicar, I wish you would ask me for anything else in the world. But since you hold me to my word...
I do, sir. And if I'm to reach London in time...
Let pen and parchment be brought. The king will grant him free pardon. But tell him that he owes his life to the Vicar of Bray.
Then, all is well. The Vicar has brought a free pardon from King Charles.
Yes, the king, God bless him, has redeemed his promise.
You're free to go, Sir Dennis, whenever you will.
Oh, so you will want supper after all?
Yes, but not here. Come along. Come along. I know where we'll have supper.
To your Majesty's health. And may I congratulate you, sir, on your safe return.
When I assure you of my loyalty,
I know I speak for my friend Sir Dennis as well. Indeed. Your faithful servant, sir.
And may I congratulate you, Vicar, that in spite of all chances and changes, you are still the Vicar of Bray.
Yes, sir, still the Vicar of Bray.
And this is law I will maintain until